and I want her to be awesome, but there's things that remind me of her, and yeah, it was my first real.
No caption, no explanation, just raw lyrics playing, and it was enough to set the internet on fire with theory and a crocheted beanie shaped like a cat. Sure, it's cute, but also a little eyebrow-raising when you remember that just 2 days earlier, Selena Gomez posted a picture with a kitten curled in her lap, captioned, "When you a dog person, but coincidence?"
Hey, yo, Benny, believe me. If I was with Selena, I would still be treating her better than you, better than you. You think Blanco, saw you on a TikTok, saw you on a Insta, now we all at Mundo. Benny Blanco, seeing all your videos, kinda hurts me down low, kinda hurts me down low.
Justin Bieber looks like he's stirring the pot again, and this round it's all eyes on Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez. Out of nowhere, Justin pushes a stream of cryptic posts, MIDI records, vague captions, carefully chosen photos, and fans swear every beat and image points straight back to Selena. First came a track soaked in regret and longing, chasing a love that feels just out of reach. Then, without warning, he drops snaps of Hailey and pairs them with a dagger of a lyric about not being able to love because he doesn't like the man he is. Ouch, subtle? Not even a little dot, as if that wasn't enough smoke, he follows with another record, Never Get Lonesome, a title that sounds sturdy but lyrics that ache for someone far away. Who's he really singing to? Then comes the outfit, a hoodie and a beanie covered in tiny cats. Posted barely 2 days after Selena uploaded a cozy photo with a kitten asleep in her lap. Coincidence, or is Justin getting bold with the hints? The kicker lands next. Justin captions another post, "Yo Eddie," right after the "Yo Benny." Trend explodes, an online wave where people promise they'd treat Selena better than Benny Blanco ever could. In the same post, he attaches a song about cherishing a woman in ways her ex never did. That doesn't just feel pointed. It reads like a laser sight. Fans clock it instantly, and the parallels keep stacking. Listeners are putting Selena's "Call Me When You Break Up" beside Justin's "Way It Is," claiming they mirror each other. One feels like it's waiting for the right moment to return. The other sounds ready to run and never look back. Piece by piece, the timeline looks messier, like two diaries written in separate houses, but somehow on the same day. Then Justin shakes Instagram with a post nobody saw coming, a moody slice of a song over mysterious images that scream studio mode. No caption, no explanation, just raw lyrics playing. It was enough to set the internet on fire with theories. The track he highlights is "Wish I Hadn't Said That," the J.J. Cale heartbreaker drenched in regret, perfect for telling. A love story of dizzy highs and crushing lows. The fragment he chose felt surgical, wanting to shut someone out of his mind no matter what they're into. Aching to taste that connection once again, to feel the pain and the pleasure, to make it to the end. It's the kind of line that lands like late night honesty, and it's way too specific to ignore. Posting something that raw with zero context feels like an invitation for people to connect the dots. And just when the temperature spikes, Justin posts another song, this time over what looked like screenshots from a video call with Hailey. The lyrics he surfaces make eyebrows shoot up. Within minutes, the comments are chaos. Is this how he really feels about his marriage, or is he just posting random tracks? No one can say for sure, but if those lines reflect his headspace, the energy is heavy. The track he spotlights during that Hailey moment is titled "I Don't Like the Man That I Am," and the lines he pushes are stark. Can't love you, don't think that I can. Can't love you because I don't like the man I am. A fool inside his head, seeing red, not wanting to be led or to get ahead, refrains that sound like confession. People freeze the frames, replay the snippet, and start reading between the pixels. Was this a curated soundtrack or a low-key admission? Keeping the mystery run alive, Justin drops another photo, this one blowing a kiss paired with yet another song snippet. But the tone flips lighter and sweeter with a hidden ache. It sparks a fresh wave of takes. Is he wishing for peace? Dreaming about escape, hinting he'll only feel calm when nothing else matters anymore? The lyrics read like a postcard from elsewhere. In heaven, nothing matters the way it did before. Time moves faster, but the things we love actually last. All those years of uncertainty and fear will look like a bad joke in the rearview. It's soft focus, still weighty dot before the cat hoodie coincidence, and the alleged Benny jab fully cook. Fans spot one more breadcrumb that changes the angle. He follows with I Never Get Lonesome, a title that talks tough, but the words underneath tell on him. This does not feel like a casual share. It lands like irony, like he's quietly saying he does feel lonely, and the emptiness hits hardest when he thinks about a particular someone. That raises the question everybody's whispering. Is that someone his wife or somebody from a chapter he never closed? He knows exactly what happens when he posts lines that sound like late-night voicemail. This isn't the kind of song you post without intent. The verses read like confession. He never gets lonesome except at night when she's gone. Thinking of her anyway, wishing they were together. Hearing her on the radio, seeing her on TV, intimate, specific, and timed perfectly for fans to ignore Dot, and then the coincidences start stacking like dominoes. Fresh photos drop. Justin in a hoodie splashed with kitten prints and a crocheted beanie shaped like a cat posted 2 days after Selena's soft focus pic with a kitten curled in her lap. Cute? Sure, random? Maybe, but to a fan base trained to read tea leaves, it looks like a wink you can almost hear. The timeline's too neat, the visuals too on the nose. And the caption-like delivery invites exactly the kind of speculation he knows will follow. From there, the parallels go lyrical. Fans hold Selena's "Call Me When You Break Up" against Justin's "Way It Is," and swear they're hearing two voices sing the same story from different angles, hers waiting for the opening. His plotting the escape to a place where time isn't stolen and nobody's in the way. Stack lines side by side and the overlap feels intentional. She's asking for space to return. He's mapping out a future that only works if the past finally lets go. To be fair, Selena has said her track was written about friendship, and Justin's cut is widely believed to nod toward Hailey. So maybe this is just resonance, not reference. But if you're keeping score, the timing keeps handing the theory crowd fresh ammo. Then Justin fires off the post that turns discourse into crossfire. A shot of his friend Eddie Benjamin captioned the classic Biebs drawl, "Yo Eddie." If that sounds familiar, it is. It's a riff on the viral Yo Benny meme where TikTokers claim they treat Selena better than Benny Blanco ever could. The moment Justin echoes it, the internet hears shade. And in the same carousel, he tucks a song that wants to know. A woman inside and out calls out the last guy for not valuing her, and leans into the line about learning what makes her smile so he can be all that and more. Harmless fun or a precision-timed nudge? Fans don't wait for confirmation. They crown it a message. He keeps the mystery oxygen flowing with a set of Instagram stories that look storyboarded for chaos, a dim studio, a notebook splayed on the console, and what fans swear reads, "She never knew" scrawled across the page. A grainy black and white close-up of his eyes, captioned with a broken heart emoji instead of the safe red one. Minutes later, the fandom is crop-zooming pixels like detectives. Hours after that, Selena posts a serene at-home selfie oversized sweats, a mug, and the caption, "Some things never change." No tags, no context. Just timing that lands like a whispered reply. Benny's name trends again, and his comment section turns into a cross-exam. Defenders, doubters, and their quotes tossed like confetti. Just when the noise starts to settle, Justin flips the switch and goes live in the middle of the night. No heads up, dark room, acoustic guitar, a melody that doesn't match anything released. Then the line, "She's still in my dreams." The chat detonates hearts, wide eyes. Who's she? Flooding the screen. He smiles, says that's enough for tonight, and cuts the feed. By sunrise, the clip is ripped, slowed, captioned, dissected. And then, because this saga never lets a beat breathe, Selena posts a blurry sunrise story with the words, "Some things stay with you no matter where you go." No emojis, no tags, nothing else. The duet theory writes itself. Benny keeps posting like normal, but the replies underneath turn into trench warfare. With lines from Justin's mystery song used like taunts. At this point, major outlets jump in. Not just gossip blogs, but big entertainment sites with headline questions. Is Justin using music to send messages to Selena? And Benny Blanco stays silent amid speculation storm. The fandom splits into two clean camps. Camp coincidence. People are reading way too much into vibes and hoodies. camp breadcrumbs. Every lyric, caption, and outfit is a trail straight to her. The divide doesn't cool things off. It supercharges them. New theories sprout hourly, maybe they're coordinating posts as an artistic exchange. An unspoken conversation only the two of them actually understand. Then paparazzi photos pour gasoline on it. Justin shows up to a Los Angeles studio wearing the exact brand and cut of sweats Selena wore in that "some things never change" snap. Could it be coincidence? Of course. But in this climate, coincidence functions like confirmation bias on steroids. Side-by-sides flood the feed with captions. Like, "they're in sync again." A red carpet reporter puts Benny on the spot. He laughs, shakes his head, and says, "People love to make up stories," before exiting fast. To some, the smile looks a touch tight. To others, it's just a man refusing to feed the machine, and then Justin drops the lyrical haymaker that feels way too intimate to be random. "I'd like to know what makes you cry so I can be the one who always makes you smile." Girl, he never understood what you were worth, and he never took the time to make it work. No, you deserve more loving. Baby, I'm the kind of man who shows concern. Any way that I can please you, let me learn. It reads like a thesis statement aimed at one person in one situation, not a general love song tossed for vibes. If that were the only snippet, it would still trend. But he doubles down, clipping another section from the same track. "I wish that I could take a journey through your mind and find emotions that you always try to hide. I believe there's a love you want to share. I'll take good care of you. Have no fear." And he posts both inside the same Yo Eddie carousel that already echoed the Yo Benny meme. Subtlety left the chat dots, so where does that leave the scoreboard? Either this is an honest confession wrapped in curated music drops, or it's an Olympic-level streak of coincidences perfectly timed to feed a narrative nobody's willing to kill. The cat beanie, the kitten post, the late night live, the sunrise line, the mirrored sweats, the Yo Eddie caption. The lyrics that sound like they were written to be overheard individually, they're explainable. Together, they read like a storyboard. And until someone on the inside puts the subtext in plain text, the tension, the timing, and the trail of clues will keep the theory engine running on full dot at this point. You can practically feel two timelines running in parallel. The public canon interviews, captions, release dates, and the shadow canon fans assemble out of outfits, emojis, and half-heard chords. In the public canon, everything's tidy. Justin's experimenting sonically, Selena's posting cozy, Benny's staying unbothered, and life moves on. In the shadow canon, every hoodie, lyric, and sunrise feels like a chess move. The tension between those two reads is why this story refuses to die. One camp calls it a Puffini seeing patterns where none exist. The other calls it breadcrumbing patterns, left on purpose to be found. What makes this round especially volatile is how deliberately ambiguous the communication feels. Justin doesn't caption with clarity, he curates with implication. He doesn't explain, he loops snippets that sound like confessions, then lets the crowd supply the nouns. He mirrors a meme, Yo Benny, with Yo Eddie, slides in a song about knowing a woman better than our last guy, and lets proximity do the rest. That sort of framing is gasoline in an ecosystem where speculation is a sport. Whether you believe he's aiming at Selena, sending smoke at Benny, or simply moodboarding his way through a creative phase, the end result is the same. Everyone's talking, and he's in the center again without ever saying a name. Selena's side is equally readable two ways. Some things never change. Some things stay with you no matter where you go. Posted over quiet photos that feel intentional but not incriminating. She's told audiences her song was about friendship, not romance. She's publicly moved on. She's building her own lane with calm, measured posts that still read like poetry when placed beside his. That's the trick of modern pop narratives. Intent lives in one room. Interpretation lives in another. And the hallway between them is a fan forum dot. Then there's Benny. The internet wants him rattled. He plays it cool. Laughs on a carpet says, "People love stories," keeps it pushing. For supporters, that's a mature response to a rumor mill. For skeptics, it's a mask. In practice, it doesn't matter which it is, the reaction vacuum leaves a narrative vacuum, and fans rush to fill it with more dots to connect. A tracking shot of a studio doorway. A like on a friend's post. A pair of sweats that look a little too familiar. In a different era, this is nothing. In this one, it's evidence. Zoom out and the mechanics are almost textbook. Step 1. Drop. A vintage heartbreak cut, wish I hadn't said that, with surgical lines about erasing someone from your mind. Tasting love one more time, feeling pain and pleasure. Step 2. Counter-program with a confessional like, I don't like the man that I am, pasted over a FaceTime mood board that looks like an open diary. Step 3. Soften with heaven, a fantasy of weightless peace where the hard years are a joke in hindsight. Step 4. Twist the knife with never get lonesome, which sounds defiant on the title bar and devastated in the verses. Step 5. Prop. Work cats, beanies, cozies timed just close enough to her kitten post to make even cynics pause. Step 6. Echo a viral meme that already targets Benny, then add lyrics aimed at valuing a woman better than her ex. Step 7. Go live at midnight. Sing She's Still in My Dreams, cut the feed, and let the internet do all the promotion. Is it marketing? Maybe. Is it art? Also maybe. It can be both. Artists translate feelings into fragments. The public translates fragments into headlines. The risk is obvious. When real people sit behind the pronouns, fragments can feel like shrapnel. That's why the debate keeps circling back to intent. If this is coincidence, it's the most coordinated coincidence streak we've seen in a minute. If it's coded communication, it's also plausible deniability at scale fuel. Without fingerprints, there's also a creative reading that doesn't require romance at all. Just in processing identity husband, artist, believer, celebrity in real time. I don't like the man I am doesn't have to be about his partner. It can be about the struggle to square faith in fame, privacy, and performance. Heaven doesn't need a muse. It can be a prayer for peace amid noise. Never get. Lonesome can be loneliness in a crowd, not a person. The reason those interpretations don't trend is simple. They're less cinematic. The internet wants a triangle. Self-inquiry doesn't go viral. Still, the triangle read persists because the artifacts keep cooperating. The mirrored wardrobes, the not quite random captions. The way two posts hers and his land in a 12-hour window and sound like they finish each other's sentences. You don't need proof when the timing keeps behaving like narrative. And so the comments become a chorus. She's the muse. He's not over it. Benny's pressed. Everyone's reaching. The same 4 takes, restated 1,000 ways, keeping the loop alive. What breaks loops like this is clarity. A straight caption. A sit-down. A name. But clarity kills mystique, and mystique is oxygen for streams, for press, for the sense that you're watching something unfold. So the most likely outcome is the one we're already living. More songs, more stills, more lines that sound like postcards to a ghost. More serenity shots from her, more unbothered posts from him, more split-screen think pieces. Everyone wins except certainty. So where does that leave fans? Probably right where they started, arguing in the comments, stitching theories, compiling timelines, taking sides. If you're team coincidence, you'll point to public statements and the hazards of pattern hunting. If you're team breadcrumbs, you'll point to cats, captions, and choruses designed to be overheard. If you're team let them create, you'll mute it all and wait for full records, not snippets, to do the talking. But if we're being honest, the draw here isn't just who a song might be about. It's watching modern fans speak in a dialect of hints, seeing how art algorithm can blur a message until the message is the blur. Justin knows how that machine works. So does Selena. So does Benny. Maybe we're not watching a love triangle. Maybe we're watching 3 professionals navigate the only kind of storytelling pop stars can get away with. In 2025, intimate enough to feel real, ambiguous enough to stay safe. Until someone breaks pattern, expect more of the same. A lyric that lands like a late text, a hoodie that reads like a reply, a sunrise that doubles as a sigh. Call it coincidence. Call it breadcrumbing. Call it art, just don't call it over.